Hey guys, Justin from ArcSite here. I just got back from Redefine earlier this week, and one of the things I was asked for quite a bit was just a quick little best practices video about how to best use ArcSite within Solution View Tablet or Service View. A lot of you guys have made the switch, some of you haven't, are waiting for the right time, some of you are in process, etc. So this video may be more helpful to others than some, but I wanted to at least give some tips to help save you guys time, make the transition a little easier, and most importantly, when you do fully adopt it in the field, make your time using it as enjoyable and seamless as possible. So you'll just see the canvas here. So when you're in Solution View Tablet, when you go to create a drawing, you'll be taken to this canvas. This canvas allows you to pre-access all of the Supportworks shapes that you have available in Solution View today, just within the tool, and allow you to quickly place them and things around the canvas. But I'm just going to show you a couple quick tips and tricks, not a full 30-minute tutorial training type video, but just something that'll help you guys a little bit with your timing and efficiency in the field. So I'm going to start out doing a couple of the basic stuff pretty quickly, and then I'll kind of slow it down and be a little more prescriptive as to what I'm doing throughout. So just to give us something to start from, I'm going to start with the wall tool and choose continuous lines just for speed. It's not as accurate as using single line motions because then you can define each line as you go. But I'm just going to draw us out, a footprint of what a house might look like just to allow us to get something to work from, right? So we'll just say, bottom left is the garage. You can go ahead and add in doors, windows, openings. We'll drop in our garage door. We'll size that down to a reasonable size. Drop that in. You could throw in, where maybe there's slider doors if you worry about entrance points or just, a single standard, single home entry door. All that sort of stuff can be dropped in place really quickly and easily. So that way you're not spending all day trying to notate that sort of stuff. One of the biggest things I heard that people didn't know we had was the location-based photo tool. So you can take photos within Solution View Tablet, within Service View, but within the tool, doing it within ArcSite allows you to place them contextually within the drawing. So if you're standing, out in front, you just want to notate sort of what house you're working on. You simply tap photo, tap where you're standing. Now I'm not in front of a house, so I'm going to grab something from a library. But if I go into my library itself and grab, the front of a house, maybe this is what I see. I want to go in, I can make any sort of notations, drop shapes, whatever it may be if I choose to. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to show essentially that photos can be embedded where they are. Now, maybe you want to work specifically in a specific room or a specific area of the house. So maybe we're going to draw in a couple rooms over here that allow us to give, different context to where things are. ArcSite can, with a single tap, measure anything. So if you do the measure, pick internal point, it'll allow you to tap in any closed space and measure it. So if you do it even with, larger areas, it'll give you an instant square footage. And you can choose the precision of this in the menu settings. If you want to go to 1/10 of a foot, round up to a foot, 100th of a foot, 64th of a foot, or you can go to metric, of course, but 99% of people that this video will reach will be using feet. But you can go through and make your choices, make all those decisions, etc. Right? Maybe this is the problem area of concern. This top right room, we want to add doors just so we know where entrance points and things are, right? Now you can go back to that opening screen like we did earlier, drop in another door and drag it around. But if you have another like item on the canvas, like this door right here, and you're able to choose the door that you're on. So I'm just going to remove my measurement just for cloudiness aspects of it. You can always lock layers and make it so you can't interact with certain things. But just to make it a little smoother, I'm just going to get rid of anything we don't need as we go. And then you can hit this duplicate button on the bottom and drag, and it'll create another one. Now, in a lot of other tools, you have to rotate the door, place it perfectly. ArcSite's intuitive enough where as you hit a wall, it's going to automatically rotate that piece because it knows essentially that's how it's going to work. Now, maybe both these doors don't swing the same way. Maybe the bottom door swings the other way. The top button allows you to simply rotate the door swing, and you can quickly and easily place any doors, windows, openings, things within your drawings, right? To make things quick, easy, and relatable, so that way the production team or whoever's using it after the fact knows exactly what you saw when you were out there. Now, maybe they've got some water issues in here. Yet again, we want to go in here and we want to place a photo, just notating the room that we've seen. Maybe it's got water issues and you want to go in here and notate both for a sales aid to the homeowner and for notes for the production team, exactly what they saw, right? So we'll go in here, we'll grab our draw tool, we'll make it red so it's easy to see. We'll turn the line weight up a bit, and we'll just say that, hey, right here is where we're going to install a pump. So that way we can get all this water sort of stuff out of here if there isn't one. And then you want to go through and say that, and our drainage line is going to run this way, down this wall. So you can go through and create and notate all that sort of pieces as you go, right? From there, you can go into your actual products. You can search up your pumps. You can grab whatever pump it is that you're using. Maybe in this case, you're using Super Sump. We'll take that, we'll drag it, we'll place it into the corner, notating where it is. Then we'll go in here and we'll grab an actual drain line product, like a trench drain, a water guard, whatever it may be, right? We'll just choose trench drain in this example. And then we'll take that piece, we'll just move our screen over so we can see where we were working, and we'll just draw in, exactly where our drainage is going to run. And it'll measure it by feet, all that sort of stuff, just to give you, so you can have a really precise, accurate drawing. Another piece is for a lot of you guys I was asked about was encapsulations. A lot of you guys do encapsulations in crawl spaces in different areas. If you have a large area around that, you can choose whatever that may be. Maybe it's a clean space. You can simply tap, and it'll give you that the same way as the measure tool works, and measure that out. And then you can do simple things like creating a legend is another piece, because I heard a lot of people drawing and they had all sort of visuals, but it was hard for them to communicate what those visuals were to the homeowner sometimes, right? So if you go up here and you tap this little button and you hit create legend, it'll show you a legend of exactly what products are on that screen and what they're represented by, just to be able to go ahead and build out, a precise looking drawing that communicates exactly what you need it to, and sort of work forward from there. Another piece is going to be piers. A lot of people were placing piers, and it was kind of a tedious process. It was something they had to place one, measure, place one, measure, place one. So if you were to go into here and you were to grab something like a pier, any sort of object that you're going to use that's going to be replicated on a drawing. Now it dropped in at a huge size just for visuals, but obviously we'll put it where we want to put it. We'll drop it down to a reasonable working size. Maybe we'll put it here. And as you see, you get these little green lines, right? Maybe you want to start the first one exactly 2 feet off the corner. You can simply tap in this little box, change this 1 foot, 7.5 inches to 2 feet, and it will move the pier specifically to where it needs to be. So it'll be 100% precise, both on the drawing and et cetera, right? Now from there, if you want to say replicate that all the way along that wall, and you know that you want to space your piers every 10 feet, all you have to do, or say every 6 feet, is hit the little edit button down here. There's an array tool that allows you to copy objects to a set distance. So if you tap on this helical pier, you can say, hey, I want them every 6 feet. We're going to start with just one, just so it'll measure appropriately, right? And then you get these little green arrows that allow you to go up, down, side to side, whatever it may be. Simply grab the little green arrow and drag it. Every time you drag it 6 feet, it's going to drop another one. And it's going to allow you to hit the check mark when you've spaced them out evenly how you want to place them. So you don't have to drag, enter 6 feet, drag, enter 6 feet, drag, enter 6 feet over and over and over again, right? So that sort of piece of the puzzle allows things to be real quick and easy. A secondary piece was I saw a lot of people trying to be really precise with their corners and their walls. So I'm just kind of going to go off this drawing just to give you an example of how that works. So if you're drawing with the wall tool and you have walls that intersect and they're too long and you want this to just be a perfect rectangle, right? You don't want this top portion up here at all. Like this guy up here is trouble. We don't want him. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of him. Instead of tapping on it, dragging it down, snapping it into place, which admittedly isn't overly difficult, there's a trim tool. You can simply hit trim and then just drag across it and it'll snap anything back to the nearest intersection. The converse of that, the inverse of it, I should say, is when you have things that aren't connected, the extend tool allows you to drag over any two lines. So if I just drag over the top and then over the sideline, they snap together. So it allows you to be really quick in the field without having to take all sorts of time and energy and effort and things like that to make your drawings pretty. They're just going to come out pretty just following your normal processes. So hopefully this helps. It's just a couple quick tips. If there's anything else you guys are struggling with, want to see, or you're just like, hey, I saw someone do this and I don't understand at all what they did, let me know. I'm happy to help, happy to create as much training content videos for you guys as you need. And yeah, let me know how I can help. And it was a pleasure meeting a lot of you last week. Pleasure seeing some of you I already knew. And I learned a lot, and hopefully you did too. Let me know how else I can help, and we'll talk soon. All right, thanks. Bye.